Hey everybody, and thanks for listening. I'm so glad you guys could join me today for this edition of 15 Minutes With. My name is Joe Tommaso, and today we're going to be talking to Samuel Redmond. Samuel Redmond is an inmate in the Department of Corrections in the state of California, currently serving 2 life without parole sentences for double murder he committed almost 20 years ago while gangbanging. We're going to discuss gangbanging, we're going to discuss IV drug use, violence in the facilities, how the facilities are set up, and a bunch of other stuff, including some good that's going on behind prison walls. If you'd like to help me keep this show going and would like to see it get better, please donate to paypal.me/Joe Tommaso. That's paypal.me/JoeTomaso. And if you'd like to ask any questions or suggestions, or there's somebody you might like to see me interview, please, by all means, email me at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Again, that's insidetherazorwire@gmail.com, or you can snail mail me at P.O. Box 162, West Haven, Connecticut 06516. So let's get on with the show.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey, is this Joe?
Yes, it is. Who am I speaking to?
Sam Redmond. I'm one of Jesse's friends. He told me to give you a call about your podcast. He told me to call at a certain time, and I tried. You know how hard it is to get on the phones around here.
I'm going to go right into an interview with you because obviously you guys are timed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you first say your name, where you are, and what you're sentenced for. And then I'm going to ask you some questions. Can you tell me what your name is, where you're from, and why you're in R.J. Donovan?
Yeah. Okay, my name's Samuel Redmond. I'm from Colton, California. I've been serving time at Donovan State Prison for 2 counts of first-degree murder. I've been in prison for about 20 years. I've been in recovery for the last 7 years. I'm doing real good here.
Okay, what I'm going to ask you is to tell the people that are listening, I don't know if you've seen shows out there like Lock Up and 60 Days In and everything. Explain to them the difference between what real prison is as opposed to the things they see on TV.
The difference between real prison and what they see on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me think about that. Okay. All right. Okay, so for me, real prison is loneliness. It's there's a lot of violence here in prison in Donovan. There's also a lot of drugs going on and a lot of bad stuff that you really don't get to see happening. There's a lot of corruption that goes on with the correctional staff. But there is also a lot of good happening here. It's not all about stabbing people and violence. There's a lot of self-help groups. There's a group that I really like. It's called Victims Offenders Education Group.
Mm-hmm.
Giving back, taking accountability, and actually trying to be better. I don't think that the TV ever shows anything that's happening good here at Donovan or any other prison.
Usually they don't show the good, and they do just show the bad, but they try to water that down as well. Also, I talked to Jesse and I talked to David yesterday. We were talking about what do you see the Department of Corrections doing right now in connection to the coronavirus at the institutions?
Well, what I see today, as a matter of fact, they have a memo, the custody staff has a memo saying that they suspect one correctional officer on Charlie Yard of having the coronavirus. So they might be shutting us down, locking us down later on today. They're testing the COs as they're leaving the prison. They're supposedly be testing them with their temperature or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be washing down the door handles, which I don't see that happening.
Mm.
I don't really see much difference here yet.
Okay, so you're saying that there's a possibility that one of the COs did actually test positive right now?
They actually sent him home because he had symptoms. So I don't know how that's just rumor coming back from other correctional staff.
Right. So the other thing I was, like, when I was talking to Jesse and I was talking to David. I mean, David told me they want you guys washing your hands a lot and stuff like that. And Jesse told me in a lot of places it's kind of hard to do that because you guys don't have access to the proper stuff.
Yeah, there's no soap around here. They don't give you soap. They give you maybe 1 bar of soap a week. If they do that, if you're lucky, you could buy your own soap, but you're only allowed to go to the canteen once a month. So soap's not readily available here, especially antibacterial soap. So yeah, how are we going to do that?
Right, and then Jesse said the other thing is when I was talking to him was, I guess if you guys do have a case, I mean, there's been several cases of the flu at the institution, but if you guys were to have coronavirus, it's probably going to spread through there like crazy.
Oh yeah, when we just had a flu, like colds and flus going on here, and when one person gets it, it just spreads like wildfire. Like my Sally had it, then my neighbor got it, my neighbor Sally got it, then I finally got it, and it just keeps going in circles. Everyone just contaminates each other. You can't really contain it in prison because we breathe in the same air. We're so close to each other.
How many cell blocks are there at the institution that you guys are in that you know of, and how are they set up pretty much? Are they cells? Are they dormitories?
And your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Well, we have 6 yards here at Donovan, and the yards where I'm at, it's A, B, C, and D. We have 5 buildings per yard. Each building could hold up to 200 people in each building. Right now, there's about 175 in each building. So the way they do it, in the morning, they'll let about anyone that's on the bottom tier go out to the yard. So you have an average of 75 to 100 inmates from each building. So that would be maximum 500 inmates on the yard at one time.
So that's 500 inmates with contact with each other.
Oh, yeah. Like right now, I'm sitting in the day room, and we have there could be about 75 guys out here right now.
Okay. That's what I was looking to find out. Yeah, so there's a really decent-sized gathering of people, and that's just a breeding ground to get sick at.
Oh, yeah, it's a petri dish right here. I don't think you'd be able to stop it if one person got the virus here. The correctional staff depends so much on it to do all the work.
Do you know if medical's even prepared for something like this?
I would say no. They haven't even put out memos to talk to us. They put little signs up, wash your hands, okay?
So basically, you guys have been that's the only thing you guys have been getting taught. Wash your hands, kind of cough. If you got a cough into your elbow, kind of thing, and stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't. Some inmates go to medical and have been asking for masks. Lately, they haven't even been available. They say we don't have no more masks. So I would say they're not prepared.
Okay, that's what I was looking at. I mean, with the virus, obviously, people on the outside don't realize that when you're in prison, it's a whole different, setup than on the outside. You guys can't just go to the store and go and buy a surgical mask or Purell or, like you said, even soap. You got it once a month when you're allowed to go and purchase even soap. And I'm also looking at the fact that everybody being in close proximity to each other. Like you said, if one person gets sick, it's a bunch of others getting sick as well. So my question to you too is going to be, if you saw somebody, given your charges and why you're there, if you saw, and I know you said you go to a lot of self-help groups and stuff. So if you saw a kid, like say a 16 to 20-year-old kid that's heading down the wrong road, that's going to put him in prison, what would your advice be to them?
Man, I just wrote to someone that's in the county jail up the street. He's a 19-year-old kid named Diego. And he told one of my college professors that he couldn't wait to get out because he wanted to get back and go gangbanging. So I wrote a long letter, and they actually read it in their class at the jail, and I told them my story. I told them that you're 19 years old. I'm actually in prison for killing 2 minors because of gang violence over a word. The kid just asked, where are you from? And he died because asking those words. These kids continue to go out and gangbang. They're going to be sitting in a cell next to me, or they're going to be dead. And that's just the reality of it. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it to anybody. It's just reality. You're going to die a gangbanger, or you're going to be right here in a cell. And the question I would ask a youngster is, how many old gang members do you actually know that are not in prison? There's none out there. You don't live long as a gang member. You're either locked up or you're dead.
Right, and I was actually talking to several people who have been in gangs, and what they told me is that it's basically you either climb up the hierarchy or there's nowhere to go. They don't care about you. The other gang members just do not care about you.
Oh, that's so similar to my story. I was never jumped into a gang neighborhood. I sought out to hang out with gang members for protection because I was almost killed by two of my close friends. And they were using me. They were using me to hold their guns at my apartment, using me to drive them around. And ultimately, I was with them when 2 people were killed. I'm one of 13 people that was at the scene of the double murder. The actual story of my crimes, it's pretty bad. It was pretty bad, and I'm willing to tell you that story. It needs to get out there, and hopefully it'll help some kids.
Well, that's the thing. We want to help kids and young people and people in general to realize prison is not where you want to be. You don't want to do these things that put you in prison. And it's not just society not accepting things. You know, some people, you can not cross the street, but the average person basically commits a bunch of felonies a day, and just because there's so many crimes on the books that you don't even know. And then that's beside murder, robbery, and stuff like that. These are other crimes that people don't even realize are on the books.
Yeah, there's a lot of crimes out there. A lot of these staff that I meet that come into the prison.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
They tell me, man, I could have easily been you.
Well, that's what I'm hoping that, I'm hoping by, you telling, you're sharing your story with these kids, that these kids actually, listen and take heed in what happened to you so it doesn't happen to them.
Oh, yes. I'm glad Jesse gave me your contact information. I'm all about trying to spread some encouragement to these kids because I don't want to see them here next to me. I have 2 life without possibility of parole sentences, and this is a way for me to give back. I'm trying to honor my 2 victims, and I don't ever want to hurt another person. I'm trying to help other people not hurt people, so I'm willing to do that, Joe.
All right, thank you. We're actually 14 minutes in. We're going to get the 60-second bell any second now. So if you can give me a call back, say next Wednesday or Thursday, does it sound good to you? And then we'll go over what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So give me a call back Wednesday or Thursday, and we will go over your story and share it with everybody. And then this way they can hear your story. And, hopefully it does touch somebody and they, think twice before they go out and do anything.
Yes, I will. I'll call you Wednesday or Thursday. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. I want to thank you a lot for, for calling in and sharing what you did with me today. And even what we just did now should let people know that they don't want to wind up in prison by any means. And, it's a way to show that you're helping to make sure that these people know.
2 seconds remaining.
There we go. All right. Thank you very much. I hope to talk to you Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Wow, that was pretty interesting. Glad you guys could join me for this edition of 15 Minutes With. I hope to see you for the next edition that'll be coming up shortly. Again, if you'd like to help me keep the show going and would like to see it get better, please donate to paypal.me/Joe Tomaso. That is paypal.me/JoeTomaso. Or a free way you can help me out is to like this show and hit the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I drop new content. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or there's somebody you would like to see me interview, please email me at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Again, that is insidetherazorwire@gmail.com, or you can snail mail me at P.O. Box 162, West Haven, Connecticut 06516. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you soon.